snake? It's not moving. Maybe it's not even alive.
Watching my mom and dad age is hard. I worry about their financial decisions.
I don't know where to turn for advice.
For resources, tools, and self-directed courses, visit smartaboutmoney.org, a non-commercial organization focused on your financial success.
But if they didn't attend, I mean, here you can watch the meetings, you know what I mean?
Okay, sorry. I call to order this Elk Grove Park District meeting. Today is August 14th. Can I have a roll call, please?
President O'Malley,
Here.
Commissioner Biedke,
Here.
Commissioner Carlson,
Here.
Commissioner Cook,
Here.
Commissioner Walls.
Here.
Okay, the first thing I need to do is get approval of minutes. I've got 5 sets of minutes. I've got July 10th, 2025 Golf Committee meeting, July 10th, 2025 Committee of the Whole meeting, July 10th, 2025 regular meeting, July 24th, 2025 a capital committee meeting, and an August 4th, 2025 athletic committee meeting. Has everybody reviewed the minutes? Any changes?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
On the capital committee meetings, the last line says Commissioner O'Malley adjourned the golf committee meeting at 6:44 PM.
Okay, so can we get that changed?
Commissioner O'Malley wasn't there.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't the golf committee meeting either.
Okay, so is everybody comfortable with that?
Sure.
Okay. All those in favor of these 5 sets of minutes, just say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 5-0, Francis. Public communication, any comments from the audience at this time? Hearing and seeing none. Correspondence, do any of the staff or commissioners have any correspondence? The only thing I had, Ben, was an employee when I was in the pavilion yesterday. She works in aquatics, and I don't want to say she was disappointed, but she was accusing, not even accusing. She was frustrated that information got to her that roles had gotten changed at the cashier. They were cashiering, and then lifeguards are taking some of their shifts. But she said, I heard this, she was told that it was a board decision. I said, we don't get involved with that. And she goes, well, that's what I was told. So Tiffany, or do we know who rearranged the hours of the cashiers where lifeguards are now doing some shifts and others?
So that was that was budgeted for last year. So we were trying to figure out how to be more fiscally responsible down in Pavilion Aquatic Center. And so we had guards that are on off rotation, and so now during that off rotation, either that guard or manager is covering that desk during non-peak hours. So during peak hours, we kept our cashier positions, and then during non-peak hours and times of the year, we have those rotations fill that desk position to save money.
Okay. And I'm totally comfortable with it, but like I said, sometimes I think that when there's an unpopular decision or a couple employees may not like the direction, their hours are changed, their shift got cut, maybe they got laid off, it becomes a board decision, and the board had nothing to do with this, and I just want to make that aware so that some of these employees that are watching know that it was a staff
And communication
decision.
was sent out via email, and there were meetings held.
Well, I'll just say it was my decision, because I don't believe that we need a cashier on all hours of PAC, and we found some efficiencies that we could use rotation with the guards. That's actually gonna save us some money, and we know we need to look at that for PAC.
All right, I'm comfortable. Sometimes I'm just thinking of the other four board members. Sometimes we get arrows shot at us for no reason. I'm okay when we make something unpopular and we actually decide, shoot all you want, but. Recommendations for acceptance of approval. I move that these individuals are appointed to serve a 2-year term as an advisory member of the following boards: in Elk Grove Youth Soccer, Samantha Caruso; Elk Grove Youth Baseball, Morgan Kiefer; Elk Grove Travel Baseball, Marcel Laconi; and Paul Wyland; Elk Grove Youth Basketball, Cynthia Cease. I need a second.
Second.
Any discussion on any of these appointments? Can I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner Walls?
Yes.
President O'Malley?
Yes, and thank you to all 5 of those individuals. Okay, I need a motion and a second for approval of payment application number 1 from Hacienda Landscaping Incorporated of Minooka, Illinois for the Roosevelt Park age 2 to 5 playground project in the amount of $103,604.
So moved.
Second.
Any staff or board members want to have a discussion on this topic? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner Walls?
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
President O'Malley?
Yes. We're at items for information. I'm going to start with Tiffany Green, a leisure services update, please.
Awesome. So for the month of July, the Sheila Ray Adult Center ended at 355 members. They also had 92 attend their Summer Grooves Luncheon. Some recent trips they took were to Shipshewana and to a Cubs versus Brewers game. For aquatics, they had 83 for private lessons in July, 243 for total swim lesson participants, and aqua wellness was at 1,674. Aqua camp numbers for July were at 183. For adult athletics, adult pickleball leagues started the last week in July with 13 teams. For youth instruction, sports camp had 232 registrants for July. Tumbling times is at 78, Hot Shot Sports at 52, Sports Kids at 13, and Shotokan at 63. For youth leagues, Travel Baseball held their tryouts in July. They will be fielding teams 9U through 14U. Girls softball is at 102, House Baseball is at 134, football is at 112 for tackle and 29 for flag. And then cheers at 93. For Audubon Skate Park, they had skate camp in July with 25 total campers. For cultural arts, summer theater camp held the Little Mermaid performance July 23rd and 24th. They sold 608 total tickets between the 2 shows. We also had art camp at 113 campers for the month. Summer Dance Camp and Camp. Summer Dance Camp had 170 campers enrolled throughout the 9 weeks. And then they had 18 dance classes over the summer with 137 registrants. Early childhood is currently at 130 preschool registrations for this upcoming year with registrations still open. School will start September 8th. For fitness, Group X was at 2,475 for the month. Chair yoga, 373. Strength and endurance at 66. Personal training, there were 263 sessions for the month. Open gym had 336 paid drop-ins, and rejuvenation area tracked 1,601 visits. For the museum, they held Dairy Day. It was very well attended with 207 people in attendance. There were 39 drop-in visitors and then an additional 59 campers that visited the museum in the month of July. Pirates Cove for July 2025 daily admissions were at 6,166 and Rainbow Falls was 25,720. For rentals for the month, we had a total of 204 rentals in July compared to only 145 last year. Our school year programs kicked off. Ridge started on July 24th with 87 kids club registrations, which is up from last year. In July for Camp Explorers, we were at 88 campers, Voyager 145, Summer Scene 61, and Before and After Care at the Pavilion 257, Before and After Care at Rainbow 73. We held Play Picnic Party in July. If you were there, it was a huge success with thousands of people present at the event. And then upcoming events, September 4th, we have Dancing with the Band at Garden Terrace. September 5th, a Parents' Night Out at PAC. September 7th, a free Bark in the Park event from 11 to 3 at Al Hattendorf Center. And then September 12th and 13th are Pirates Cove Campout. And that's it.
Any questions for Tiffany? I have just one, Tiffany. Unfortunately, when I directed people towards you at the play party and picnic, they were talking about the lazy river and some of the there was multiple questions. On that same day, I directed a couple individuals to Jeff Collier. Then I saw even more people at the Rotary that I said I'd bring up the subject. So the problem was they're getting delayed getting into the river for whatever reasons. Have we come up with a better solution? Because these individuals actually want to be a part of the solution and they have some of their own ideas. So did you guys brainstorm on how to get them in the water faster?
We did, and we've been making changes throughout the season to try to make improvements. So at the beginning of the season, we were only allowing a 15-minute check-in window, and we only had our admissions manager checking in. And then even before you had received the complaints, we had gotten internal complaints, and so Jeff and Katie had met and made some decisions to make some changes. So they actually increased the window to 20 minutes. And then they also added an additional person up front. They pulled the pool manager off the deck and put them up front so they could have 2 people checking in. And then after Play Picnic Party, we made a third change. We increased the window to 30 minutes prior to class to try to get more people through and ready and in there on time with those 2 people checking in. Part of the holdup is now most people are paying daily drop-in admission and it just takes longer. So on our slower days when we only have 50-ish participants in river walking, we're getting them in and getting them started. But when it's 85 and a lot of them are paying drop-in, it is taking longer to process those fees even with the 2 people up front. So we were brainstorming about how can we make it even better next year. Could we put together some type of membership and or punch pass just for river walking to try to speed up the process? So we're looking into it further to continue to make it even better.
Well, one of their ideas, which I thought was a good idea that I'd pass along, is one of their complaints was that it was the processing. And part of the processing was that they had to wait for a waiver to be printed out to sign every single time. And their idea was, can you just print out a waiver and have it last all year so they're no longer waiting for this printout? You're on file, we have your waiver. Why do we have to sign a waiver every single time we're here if we've just given you our signature for the summer?
We did discuss the waiver too, and I believe Jeff was going to be talking with Becky about what her thoughts on that were.
Okay.
So you're right, that did also get brought up.
Okay, thank you. Parks and Planning update. I'm sorry.
You know, because I heard the same issue that you did, but the other issue that was brought up to me was asking why we can't extend. It's a popular, event, having the Riverwalk, why can't we extend it beyond cutting it off? I think it was just cut off, was it last week?
This weekend.
Or this weekend?
So we do have staffing issues that become very, very prevalent at this time of year with kids starting high school. So high school started this last Monday, and then all of the kids going back to college starting as early as end of July, beginning of August. So it is harder and harder to staff, and we do have to bring in a lot of staff for that one class.
But is it on the weekends that they do the walk, or is it during the week?
It is, but a lot of kids are back in school and they're in sports, and a lot of kids drop off and don't really pick up hardly any shifts once the school year starts. So, I mean, I could get you the staff reduction numbers, but it's very
No, I'm just
significant.
curious, somebody had asked, because it's popular, and they were like, it's, weather's still nice, why can't we continue to do the walks? Okay, thanks.
I have one question. I didn't know that, I didn't ask it during 4A, and then I didn't know if I should ask it during new business. But one of the questions is, it's not the individual, but Elk Grove Youth Soccer, it's a new created position for this individual that they're filling. My question is, how many positions is that on the youth soccer now?
Well, I would love to tell you that, but I'm locked out of my computer. Oh,
Well, at some point then, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll look it up and get back to you. Dustin got me back in.
All right, anybody else? Thank you again. Parks and Planning update, Mark Osbob.
The playground at Roosevelt, the 5-2 playground, has been completed as of August 1st. The Hacienda did great again. The 5-12 playground at Roosevelt is scheduled to be completed as a 2026 project. And then the installation of the playground at Udall Park is continuing and should be completed before the end of this month. The fire system upgrade is underway at the pavilion. The project involves upgrading the existing fire panel to get us up to the current code. SMG is out there. They're going to try to work with minimal patron inconvenience, and they're communicating with staff to make that easier. The Marshall Park pickleball had a lot of work done last week. We've got the asphalt redone, the concrete paths are redone, and the landscape was done just this week, early this week. So it's looking like it's all coming together right now. We're currently waiting for the asphalt to dry out, and we have U.S. Tennis set to color coat the courts on August 25th.
Can I jump in real quick? So we were able to, after that rain that we had, I think, a couple nights ago, verify there was no standing water, 0. So, yeah.
Yeah, so that might even help with U.S. Tennis, because they usually level out any spots. If they don't have to do that, that can make that process go faster. But they hope to be done within 6 days. And then that will give Parks and Planning time to get in there, install the benches and any other amenities that go along with that. That would leave the only missing piece to be the plumbing, which will be completed after the park closes after Labor Day. And then the final thing is various seal coating projects around the district. We have the Al Hattendorf Center Ridge parking lot planned to be seal coated August 27th. The Pavilion South Lot and Service Drive are scheduled to be completed on Labor Day. Other parks, including Udall Park, Huntington Chase, Fountain Square, Service Drive, Olmsted Service Drive, will be scheduled around programming in order to minimize any inconvenience to park patrons and staff. Those are small areas that can just get worked into the contractor's schedule, so I don't think that's going to be any issue. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Any questions for Mark? Business Services update, Brad Scholes.
Nine and Stein at the golf course on August 29th, Club Championship coming up on the 13th of September, and then the Par 3 Challenge, the Pig Roast and the Pig Roast event, and then the Superintendent's Revenge, all slated for October. A lot of comments coming in on our first ever popular annual financial report, so thank you to everyone that put in effort on that. And a big thank you to my staff. They're working hard. I know we're down a couple people at the moment, and we're working our way back to full strength, but they've done it with minimal to limited interruptions, so thank you. Question?
No.
That's all I got.
Brad, do you know on the Pig roast, are you gonna have, are people gonna be able to go there without playing golf, or is it you only go to that if you?
Alex will be rolling out with the details here shortly. I know that's been an option that we've had in the past. I know last year we got a lot of comments on that as well. Unfortunately, the cost of food has gone a lot more, or has risen a lot over the last couple of years, and that cost is a lot, I guess, more expensive than some people remember from back, pre-COVID when the last time we had it. So it's not as, it will be an option, but it's not, don't expect it to be as cheap as it was the last time
Well,
we
the
had
golfers are
it.
paying the same thing for the food, right? So.
Well, they are paying for the food, but it's easier to incorporate all the expenses. It's not as big as Sticker Shock when it's all wrapped into one package.
So are they paying less for the food if they're playing golf?
Not paying less, no, it's incorporated, but I would say they're getting
So it
additional
shouldn't be.
amenities. They're paying more, yes. Not for the food, they're paying the same amount for the food, but they're getting additional things that wrap into their cost. The golf, the cart, et cetera.
Right, well, they're paying for that, whatever the rate is, that's,
Yes.
okay,
But yes, they will, to answer your question.
okay. Because I think it was a popular event, and not everybody wants to golf or can golf, but it's
Correct.
enjoyed going to the Big Rose, watching the game.
Yes, the big thing will be you won't be able to just walk up, we will be requiring registration ahead of time.
Okay.
All right, I got a couple of questions, Brad. Sometimes, I don't know why golf course employees want to poke the bear. Sometimes the bear is John, it could be me, it could be Ben. But could you get me an update on the employee golf course usage so far this year?
Not a
The
problem.
normal breakdown. And then, when we hire part-timers and they come and they go, who does the actual vetting for the part-timers? And maybe not so much at the golf course, but anywhere. Does even a part-timer that works seasonal go through our HR department? Or do you have to give a green light? Or does it start with HR, then you, then Alex, then Dennis? Or can one of those people just have a friend of a friend and say, fill out an application, and then they get hired? So what's the vetting or background check we do on part-time employees?
Well, we can't hire anybody that doesn't go on the website.
As I say, everyone applies through the
Same
HR
for-
software.
but-
And then the hiring managers are in charge of hiring, but no, all employees that are onboarded have to go through the exact same process.
Okay.
Background check, all their documents, et cetera.
But you personally don't care or don't get involved on who's hired as long as the background checked and Alex or Dennis wants to hire somebody, correct?
Depending on what the position is.
Yeah, I'm talking
correct,
about
yes.
seasonal. Yeah,
No,
you know.
I have zero input on seasonal
Okay,
staff. All the golf staff
okay.
handles that directly.
Those are my questions. Any questions for Brad? Marketing,
You're asking him for a report on what again?
update on employee
Usage.
golf course usage.
Reasoning?
Just checks and balances, see,
You use that all the time, which is uncanny. I'm just, out of the blue, you're looking for what
Well,
are people
yeah.
using that they are allowed to use.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, checks and
But
balances.
throw commissioners in there too.
Yeah, of course.
And commissioners that aren't under their own name, but are gonna do somebody else, or commissioners' kids.
Yeah.
Let's just get it all out in the open.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever John wants. Whatever John wants.
Sounds good.
Well, no, it's 50-50. You're gonna get what you want and I'll.
Well, that's what I said.
I-
Yeah, well, that's what I just said. Did I stutter? I said whatever John wants.
I don't know that you'd be a stutterer, no.
I don't think I have. Another thing I probably want to look at is this golf course party at Thornwood last year. I'm trying to understand why we have a party at Thornwood when we already have a staff party. So maybe off air, we could talk about that a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. Marketing.
I'd also like to know, didn't the staff pay for their own food and drinks?
I'd have to look at the details, those a long time.
Well, I can look at the details. I think there was a $975 bill from Thornwood that was on the list of bills that came due in January. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. But again, I'll let you look at that. Marketing and communications update, Kelly Carbon, please.
Okay. I'd like to thank everyone who participated and came to the duck race. We were able to sell about 630 tickets for the race, and that all goes to the Elk Grove Parks Foundation to help support scholarships and various things. So we were really excited about the participation with that, and it was very successful. We also have been working on replacing, just because the gym had a new fresh set of coat of paint. So we are doing some new installations with our foundation logo as well as the Elk Grove Park District logo, and that should be completed in the next week to 2 weeks. We also are doing the wrap around the track upstairs in the fitness center. So those will all be taking place this month. We did some new signage over at the driving range, welcome sign as well as our signs. Those have all been updated. We are very busy doing a big marketing push for the Bark at the Park event, which will be happening in September, as Tiffany mentioned. It's a brand new event to the Park District, and it is a free event for people to attend. So we want to make sure that we're really getting the word out. So myself, our dog trainer here that works for the Park District as a contractor, Gina Asino, and one of our main sponsors of the event, we appeared on In the Grove with Sue Dean and did a segment, and that's going to be running the entire month of August. So that should be out there for people to see and learn more about the event. And then last week we hosted the Illinois Parks and Rec Association at the Garden Terrace, and we had over 105 attendees at this event, and it was a digital summit, which meant all different park districts gathered together and learned about crisis communication. And in the event, if there was ever a need, that we're putting together plans and that we're equipped. So we had a lot of people from our park district attend and participate, and including HR, risk management, as well as marketing. So it was very well attended, and that's pretty much it.
Thank you. Any questions, comments, or Kelly? Executive Director update, Ben Curcio, please.
I have two. The first one is to thank all staff. The summer is winding down, and it was another great success. A special shout out to our part-time frontline staff who, just their dedication and hard work makes our seasonal facilities and our camps run smoothly. So thank you to all of them. And then secondly, Rainbow Falls survey is online. Please go on our website and give us your feedback on some concept designs for the funhouse area and the wading pool area.
Any questions for Ben? Thank you, Ben. Okay, old business. Any commissioners or staff, any old business they'd like to discuss? Hearing none, new business. I need a motion and a second for adoption of resolution 25-01. This is a resolution appointing an authorized agent for the Illinois Municipal Retirement Fund. It used to be Christy King, then it was Susan McLaughlin, now it's going to be Nick Capitan.
Correct.
Any questions or comments? If not, I need a motion and a second.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner Walls?
Yes.
Commissioner Biedke?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
President O'Malley?
Yes. We're at payment of the bills. Well, I got a lot of them. I need a motion, a second, to approve the June 2025 P cards in the amount of $206,773, to July 11th, 2025 in the amount of $166,817.73, July 18th, 2025 in the amount of $96,529.58, July 25th, 2025 in the amount of $344,583.67, August 1st, 2025 in the amount of $195,744.55, August 8th, 2025 in the amount of $78,777.21. Any commissioners or staff have any questions or comments on these 6 sets of bills? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Motion second.
Oh, yes.
Second.
I thought that's what they battled out. Roll call.
Commissioner Walls?
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
President O'Malley?
Yes. Our next meeting date is August 28th, 2025 at 7 o'clock PM. I need a motion to adjourn to closed session for the purpose of discussing personnel per 2C1 and conducting the semi-annual review of closed session minutes for 2C21.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Cook?
Yes.
Commissioner Walls?
Yes.
President O'Malley?
Yes. This meeting is now adjourned. Thank you, Francis.